Okay, so for this deep dive, we're looking at London's prime property market in 2025.
Right. And it was a really interesting year.
It really was. I mean,
Yeah.
with all the geopolitical turmoil, you'd expect things to be, well, a bit chaotic.
Exactly. And our mission here is to sort of unpack what really drove value. Was it just the big price tags?
Or was it the story behind the sale? The sheer effort involved?
And what we found, really, is that it's split into two clear camps. You had these buyers who wanted record prices and just speed.
To get it done fast.
Get it done fast. Or you had the complete opposite buyers who valued this incredible sense of history, even if it meant a long, complicated sale.
So let's start with that history angle, what you've called the Century Club. Because the average person in London stays in a property for, 11 years?
About that, yeah.
So when you see a place that's been in one family for 121 years, that seems almost unbelievable. Does that history genuinely add value, or is it just a massive legal headache?
Oh, for a certain kind of buyer, it's everything. It becomes an unassailable asset. I mean, you look at that townhouse on Regent's Park Road.
The sped one.
That's the one. 121 years in the same family, and it goes for $8.25 million.
Wow.
And then there was Vale End in Chelsea, first time on the market since it was built in 1914.
So for over 100 years.
For over a century. That rarity is the value.
Okay, but the story that really got me, the most surprising one, was the villa on Canning Place.
Oh, the one with the livestock rights.
Yes. Built in 1837, sells for £4.6 million, and the original deeds let the owner keep 2 cows in the front garden.
And 10 grazing sheep in Kensington Gardens.
It's incredible.
And that's the magic, isn't it? For that money, you're not just buying a house, you're buying this bizarre, wonderful piece of history.
So that's one side of the coin, the long story-driven sale.
Right.
But the other side is, well, the total opposite, isn't it? All about speed.
It is. This is the ultra-luxury velocity market. Here, sentiment doesn't really matter. Speed is king.
And this is where the international cash buyer really comes into their own.
Absolutely. Take the Strutt and Parker sale. A 5-bed apartment in 1 Kensington Gardens.
£24 million.
$24 million paid in US dollars. And the whole thing from offer to exchange happened in 1 week.
1 week. That's insane.
This phenomenal speed. But, it's not just the new builds doing this.
Oh, okay.
Heritage properties can compete if they're perfect.
Right.
We saw that with the Albert Hall Mansions apartment. Grade 2 listed, sold for $10.75 million.
And that set a record for the building, didn't it, per square foot?
It did, because it had these huge 4.1-meter high ceilings, and crucially, it was turnkey.
Okay, so for anyone listening who isn't deep in the property world, what exactly does turnkey mean here?
It just means you can literally turn the key and move in. No renovation, no decorators, no fuss. It's ready to go from day one.
So we have history and we have speed. But there's a third factor here, which is the human element, right? Personality.
The story.
The story.
Yeah.
And celebrity names still seem to have a huge pull.
Oh, a massive pull. The story is a shortcut to value. Look at Mick Jagger's old place in Marylebone.
The Harley House sub-penthouse.
That's it. It sold for £5.5 million. But the key number for me is the webpage views.
Right.
It got 1,100 views in just 2 weeks. That name recognition just cuts through all the noise.
And then there's the agent side of things, the tenacity, the problem solving. I was amazed by the JLL sale in 9 Elms.
Yes, the River Lake Quay one. That was a deal that could have easily fallen apart.
It sounded like it. The buyer was struggling to get a mortgage.
Right. And instead of letting it die, the agent negotiated this clever rental income solution to keep it all on track.
And the craziest part is that the buyer and seller ended up becoming friends through the whole thing.
They did. They apparently met up in Turkey to celebrate afterwards. I mean, that's so much more than a simple transaction.
So when you pull it all together, what's the big takeaway for you?
I think in a year that felt so uncertain, the market just it doubled down on certainty. It wanted one of two things.
Okay.
Either that unparalleled deep history, the kind of place that has a blue plaque.
Right.
Or it wanted absolute straightforward liquidity, a clean, fast deal.
And it seems like it's the really skilled agents who can kind of bridge that gap between the two.
Exactly.
So here's a final thought for you to chew on. We've seen these record prices for immaculate turnkey heritage properties, the finished article. But we also saw that house in Wandsworth 67 viewings, a massive bidding war, and it sold for £500,000 over asking.
And it was completely raw, unmodified.
Exactly. So for the wealthy buyer in London today, What's ultimately more valuable, buying a perfect, finished piece of history?
Mm.
Or is it buying the right to completely rewrite it yourself?